refer to myself as a clock in, clock out Catholic. Is that you? The clock in, clock out Catholic who walks in, puts their hand in the holy water font, clocks in, walks out after Mass, clocks out. And that's it. And we believe that as long as we do that every Sunday faithfully, when we die, we'll stand before God and He'll say, should I let you in? Yes. Why? I clocked in every Sunday.
You know, I think it's safe to say for the most part that many of us in the world today are not as faithful to God as we should be. We're not living our faith the way we should be. Oh, we like to think we are. We like to say we are. We like to say that we're spiritual people. You know, we like to say that we're in tune with our spiritual side. We pat ourselves on the back. We take our spiritual vitamins, say a few prayers, maybe go to Mass once in a while. But really think about it. Are we truly living the way God calls us to live? Are we trying to, at least? And we're all sinners, of course. We need God's mercy. But are we even trying to take it seriously? I mean, consider, look around the world and see the threat of war. Look at the divorce rate. Look at the sickness. Look at the loneliness, the emptiness. Look at the abuse that's taking place, the abortion, all those practicing birth control, which is a grave sin, a mortal sin. Look at all of the problems out there. Suicide rate going up, premarital sex, sexually transmitted diseases, legalization of sodomy. We go down the line of all these problems, all this chaos, and what are we doing? Many moving further and further and further away from God. Makes no sense.
That's not enough. The narrow road demands more than just clocking in and clocking out. Something's got to wake us up, ladies and gentlemen. And if we don't look at the statistics of what's going on from 1960 to now, with 3/4 of the Catholics going to Mass, now 1/4, if we don't see where Europe is about 5% of Catholics go to Mass faithfully. 5%. Europe. We're talking about Catholic Europe, Catholic Spain, Catholic Italy, Catholic France. You know what France was always known as? The eldest daughter of the church. The great saints that came out of France. And the Catholic faith is largely dead in places like that. I say we look at that and we don't think, oh, it's all lost. I say we look at that and we say, what do we do?
When are we going to connect the dots? The further we move away from God, we will always find ourselves more deeply in chaos. And this is what we're seeing all around us. And of all the things that God asks of us, He wants us to be faithful to the 10 Commandments. Check out Matthew chapter 19. You're going to find it in there, starting around verse 16, where Jesus is talking to the rich man. And the rich man says, what do I need to do to get to heaven? He says, you want to go to heaven? You got to follow the commandments. Now, we don't like to be told what to do. Oh, no, don't tell me what to do. I'm my own person, and my truth is different than your truth. What kind of lie are you buying into if that's what you think? That's right out of the pit of hell. God has given us the commandments to get us to heaven. And of all the commandments, consider the third commandment. Keep holy the Sabbath, to attend the holy sacrifice of the Mass on Sunday obligation and holy days of obligation. And yet even that we're having a hard time doing. And there's nowhere in the history of the 2,000 years of Christianity that you find God ever changing that and saying, it's okay, you don't need to come to Mass. You don't need to honor me on that day. I mean, do it if it works into your schedule. If you can fit it in between your soccer tournament, your baseball game, and of course you got to sleep in late because you're out late Saturday night. This is insanity that we would say to God, we're not thankful, we don't care, and you know what, we're not going to take the time to come see you on Sunday. Very, very dangerous situation to find ourselves in. Very dangerous situation for us to put ourselves in.
Christ demands zeal. What is zeal? Zeal is not emotion. Some of you might mistake me for being someone full of zeal because I'm animated and I get all worked up and I get intense with my words and my tone of voice. Is that zeal? Well, to some degree, maybe on a surface level, yeah. But true zeal is deep commitment and conviction to something. You can have zeal for things that are good and bad, but zeal is, I'm committed, I'm convicted, and I'm going to throw my heart into this. And Christ demands zeal from His soldiers for the truth.